welcome back to my lesson today. My name is Joel Kamasia. I'm a music teacher, and in today's lesson I want to help you or help us to listen and identify intervals. So we'll be listening how to identify intervals when they are played music, and I'll be focusing on the simple intervals, that is the minor and the major intervals, and some of the perfect intervals. So I'm going to help you how to listen to them and identify them. Now, if you've not watched my previous lessons, and you can please go and watch them, and you can also subscribe to this channel, and also go and try those exercises that I've done here, and you can also share the channels with other music learners. Now, an interval is the pitch distance between two musical sounds. An interval is a pitch distance between two musical sounds. Now, most of the intervals that will be required to identify in an oral test, we're talking about major intervals, and major intervals are those of the second, the third, the sixth, and the seventh. And then we have minor intervals. Minor interval will have minor second, minor third, minor sixth, and seventh. Then we will have perfect intervals will have the unison, then we have the perfect fourth, perfect fifth, perfect fourth, then perfect fifth, and then perfect octave. So these are the intervals you're going to tackle in this lesson. How do we listen? How do you know these intervals? So we'll start with the easy intervals. Before you learn intervals, you must learn a scale. Learn singing of the scale, internalize singing of the scale. For example, you can try the scale in the key of C. The key of C major. Do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Learn the scale, singing of the scale, and internalizing the scales. Then you'll be able to identify the intervals. The easiest interval is always the unison. The unison is easy because it's one sound. Just listen, one sound. Just one. When you hear one sound, you know it's a unison, a perfect unison. A major second, let us go now to major, a perfect fourth. How do you approach a perfect fourth? A perfect fourth, you can assume it to be use solfa so to do, or fa, or so to do, or do and fa. Do, re, mi, do. So you will try and sing do, re, mi, fa, do, fa, do, fa, or so, do, which is the same as do, fa, do, fa, so, do. That becomes a perfect fourth. So a perfect fourth, approach it by using the singing the so, do, or do, fa, do, so, do, and vice versa. You'll be able to identify that interval. Then you go to the perfect. Let us talk about the perfect fifth. The perfect fifth, you're going to assume it to be do and so. Do to so. Do, re, mi, fa, so. So do, so, do, so, do, so. With intervals, you just have to sing. You just have to try and sing the solfas in your head. So you try do, so. So the first sound it is do. The second sound is so. You can also apply do, ti, la, so, fa. Do, ti, la, so, do, ti, la, so, fa. Do, fa. You can also use do, the higher do to fa. Do, ti, la, so, fa. Do, fa. You will get a perfect fifth. A perfect octave, sometimes it may sound like a unison if you're not very careful, because they're the same notes, just a different at different frequencies. A perfect octave, you just see if you sing the note an octave apart. That is do, do, then the higher do, 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 do. That is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, 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 do. Now that will be able to identify a perfect octave. It is do to do, so do, do. Now perfect octaves, they will sometimes they sound strong. They sound strong. Now let us go to major intervals. The first one is major second. Major second, I will advise you to use the approach of do to re. Do, re, do, re, do, re, re. And when you play a major second, the major seconds, they always clash. You hear a clashing sound. It's a harsh sound. Then the next interval is the major third. You go to the major third, that is do to mi. Do, re, mi, do, mi, do, mi, do, mi. Then we have major sixth, that is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, la, do, la, do, la. So you sing that one, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, la. That becomes a major sixth. Then a major seventh, you will have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, do, ti, do, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And it sounds harsh, clashing, it's a clashing sound. Ti, do, ti. That's how you approach the major intervals. Now the minor intervals, you have a minor second. Minor second is a semitone apart. Minor second, you approach it as, for example, do, ti, do, ti, do, ti, do. You can also say mi, fa, or fa, mi. So you can use do to ti or mi, fa, fa to mi, and vice versa. Do, ti, fa, mi, fa, ti, do. It will give you a major second. A major third, you use do, ti, la, do, la, do, la, do. Your higher note becomes do, your lower note becomes la. Do, la, do, la, do, ti, la, do, la, la. So your higher note becomes do, your lower note becomes la. You'll be able to identify a minor third. Then minor sixth, you assume is do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. Your higher note is do, your lower note becomes mi. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. So you descend the scale. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. A do and a mi. That one becomes your minor third. Your minor sixth approach it as do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. Do, mi, do, mi. And finally, our minor seventh becomes do to re. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re. Do, re. Do, re. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re. So your higher note becomes do, your lower note becomes re. Now in this lesson, what I want to pass across is that if you want to listen to an interval and identify the interval, you have to choose one of the notes, either the higher note or the lower note as your do. Then try and sing do. If you are, for example, having an interval like this one, sing the lower note do. then try and identify the higher note. Do, re, mi. It's mi, do, re, mi. Once you notice do, mi, you know it is a major third. Do, mi, it is a major third. But if you hear, for example, you have a note like this one, something like this, that is do, do, re, mi, fa, that becomes a perfect for the do, re, mi, fa, or sol, la, ti, do. So choose your bass note, your tonic. Either the higher note, the higher sound, or the lower sound will become your tonic, and rehearse the scale. Sing the scales for you to be able to do intervals well and orals well. Rehearse the scales, the arpeggios, and so on. You'll be able to do the intervals well. Thank you so much for participating and watching this video. If you have any comment, kindly leave it at the comment section. Share this channel with other music learners and encourage them to come and participate on those oral tests. And if you have any question, you can reach me through my email and so on. Let us meet during the next lesson. Thank you so much. And I encourage you to kindly subscribe to this channel if you have not, so that I can reach more learners and help them in music, theory, and orals.